right, so question here. Is he being the a-hole for telling the mom that she's being catfished?
Hey, love you guys. I listen from the UK every day with when my 4-year-old goes to bed. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so you guys feel like my adult conversation.
I'm sorry, I'm going to need this in a British accent.
Mum, this whole thing in a British accent? Okay, here we go.
I think that was plenty.
Yeah, okay, we'll end it there. I'll say mum in a British accent. So, my mum and I have never had a great relationship, but she loves her grandson dearly, and we see each other every day. Well, that kind of stopped. She wasn't as interested, didn't want to reach out, didn't want to hang out or anything anymore. My son has autism and ADHD and is currently under assessment. I put it down to her not being able to handle his behavior, but turns out she's been speaking to someone. That I don't mind. I was happy she found someone, but she was very secretive, wouldn't say anything about him and wouldn't elaborate, but would make comments like, "Oh, I can't hang out today. I'm busy." Then she got a tattoo of her name in Korean, Tracy, which is insane. She started obsessing over K-pop, which is fine, lost 5 stone in weight, which is about 70 pounds, got her teeth done, which I loved as she was feeling good about herself. But every time I brought him up, she would shut me down and tell me to mind my business. I was in the kitchen one day and I heard a ping. I couldn't help but wonder who was messaging her. I want to preface that I'm nosy. I know this. I don't do anything with the info typically, but I was overwhelmed because of the sudden secrecy. She was always on her phone, too. That's when I saw it clear as day, a message that read, "I'm going to bed now. Love you so much, and I can't wait to meet you." Who is it from? Jungkook from BTS.
What?
Is she being serious or is that sarcastic?
I'm going to assume it's sarcastic. I scrolled through messages and now need to burn my eyes. However, I did find that she had been buying gaming cards for him. I'll attach a photo so you know what I mean because I've never seen them before. I told her that I was out of line, never should have looked through her messages, and I apologized. She got really mad and shouted that it's none of my business what she does with her money. Then she started crying and stormed up to her bedroom. This is typical behavior if you confront her on anything. Am I the a-hole? So far out of the messages I've seen, she's lost about 780 British pounds. That's almost $1,000. So I don't know what to do. She can't handle anything, and no matter how you word something, she will only see it as an attack on her. Anyone else's mom or dad ever been catfished? Love to hear others' experiences. From Sammy. Not the stepdaughter of a K-pop dude.
All right, 1-855-BERT-SHOW. If you ever had to explain catfishing to your parents and tell them that it might be happening to them, give us a call right now. I think she's done everything she can. I mean, your mom is a grown-ass woman, right? So you've already she probably didn't even know what the term catfishing was. So you've told her. She don't want to hear you. So I don't know what else you can do about it.
That's it. I think once mom said to mind your business, that's exactly what you have to do. And that's one thing I'm good at is minding my business. So I would feel like, hey, I tried. I put it out there, but what I know, and if mom don't want to receive it, it's not much more you can do. You got to let it go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If she ends up blowing all of her money on this catfish, at what point is she going to have to start taking care of her mom? So it is her business in a sense. Like if her mom ends up going bankrupt because she's buying all these gaming cards, like I'd be pretty upset too.
And if her mom genuinely thinks it's Jungkook from BTS, which I don't think she's being sarcastic now. I think her mom really thinks that's who she's texting with, which is why she got her name tattooed in Korean on herself.
Wow. Okay.
So she thinks she's texting with the celebrity and the celeb's in love, and so she's buying stuff for the celebrity, but that's not the case. And I've had a friend whose dad was catfished, met somebody online, they seemed great, wired them money to come visit, and they took the money and ran. And so there are so many. My grandmother got scammed out of a ton of money as well. Like there are so many people who are just not familiar with the ins and outs of like online dating or technology. They're just unaware. And so, yes, that seems like it would be them, but it's not. So I think you really got to find a way to sit down with your mom and be like, It's just not you. Make up somebody. Sally's mom also got fleeced or whatever, and explain that you're being catfished and you're losing money.
Am I being naive here to think that even if you've never heard of the term catfish before, that's saying to your mom, like, this guy is one of the biggest celebrities in the world. He doesn't need gaming cards?
Yeah, that should register.
I mean, doesn't that play to common sense?
But everybody thinks they're special. You know what I mean? Like, well, you don't know my relationship with Jungkook. Like, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like,
Save that.
well, I'm buying him stuff because I love him, you know?
Hey, Kathy, good morning. You're part of the Bert Show.
Good morning. Yeah, I have a customer that she's an older lady, and she comes in every week, and she's just gushing over Keanu Reeves. She says that he's coming. They're going to get married on ET. She comes. She gets the money. She sends it to him. She sends his kids cards, and because they need money for the gaming system, too.
These gaming systems are really expensive. So have you tried to explain to her, like, hey, this is not Keanu Reeves?
We have, and she's just not hearing it.
No, bless her
She's
heart.
just
Nothing
not
you can
hearing
do.
it.
Bless her heart. She's not the only one. Here is Janet. Good morning. You're part of the Bert Show.
Good morning. Yeah, we had a situation where my 88-year-old mom got taken for about 6 figures. It was horrible. My dad had just passed, and she was lonely, and she met somebody, I think, on our time, and she was sending him Cartier. I mean, it was crazy, and I always thought my mom was pretty sharp, but we ended up finding it out because my sister was going through her office and found her credit card, and she had ran up like 20 grand in all these things, and by the time we confronted her, she was really ticked off, you know, and I said, Mom, they're catfishing you. She's like, what's that? And I explained, I'm like, it's not that guy that you think is cute. It's probably some woman over in another country that's catfishing you. And we had to change her email, and it was horrible. I just can't even explain how sickening it was, you know, for somebody who's retired in her 80s to get taken for that kind of money.
In her 80s even too, man. Yeah. I think the bottom line here is you can try to warn them, but they're going to do what they want to do, right?
100%.
The Bert Show.
So first, thanks for watching. Second, you like what you just watched? That just scratches the surface. Get the Bert Show on any podcast platform. We're so good.